In 2025, the feud between Ja Rule and 50 Cent remains strong. 2 decades after it started, their exchanges of insults have reignited, shifting the focus to live performances and stage presence instead of diss tracks or street credibility. Ja Rule claims that 50 Cent lacks the ability to truly own the stage. The Queen's rap star, who has been consistently selling out shows across the country, took to social media to throw his latest shade. With confidence, he tweeted, "Imagine trying to mock someone who's currently on tour making 6 figures a show." He followed up with a sharp remark, saying, "You're done. 50 Cent, take notes like you usually do. This is what a real performer looks like, LMAO. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment with your take on the story." His comments were bold and personal, reigniting the enthusiasm that has kept fans invested in their rivalry since the early 2000s. However, Ja Rule is not just talking, he's proving it with his performances. His current tour is attracting large audiences and earning 6 figures per show, as he performs beloved hits like "Put It On Me," "Mesmerize," and "Always on Time" for a loyal fanbase. On the other hand, 50 Cent is also on tour, but according to Ja, his shows lack energy, audience interaction, and importantly, ticket sales. The controversy began when fans noticed that for 50's recent international tour, which included stops in the UK and Germany, there were 2-for-1 ticket deals, particularly for the London show. While some claim the events were sold out, Ja was doubtful. He took to X again to mock 50, saying, "You sure about that? Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. I mean Curtis." This was a clever reference to a famous line from the Temptations movie, suggesting that while 50 might be selling tickets, he isn't the main attraction for fans. Ja has consistently voiced his opinion on what defines a true performer. In interviews, social media posts, and on stage, he stresses that while selling music is one thing, captivating a live audience is an entirely different skill. In Ja's view, 50 Cent has never reached that level of performance. Of course, 50 Cent wasn't going to let Ja have the final word. A few years ago, he famously claimed to have bought out the front rows of a Ja Rule concert just to keep those seats empty. Think about it. He didn't want to attend the concert. He simply aimed to diminish the audience. In an interview with Big Boy, 50 Cent bragged about purchasing tickets to a Ja Rule concert, saying, "I did buy Ja Rule's tickets. They were cheap. I got the first 4 rows on StubHub." He added, "I just want you to feel like you gotta reach the people 4 or 5 rows back." For 50, it wasn't about the money, it was about humiliation and reminding Ja that even his fans could be swayed. Ja stood firm and challenged 50 to substantiate his claims. He took to social media to express, "Do you genuinely believe this nonsense? As I said before, I'll give $10,000 to anyone who can provide proof of this footage, a photo, or even tell me which city or venue this supposed show occurred at." 50 Cent is a deceitful individual. For Ja, this was more than just a false narrative. It was an effort to tarnish his legacy and make fans forget the impact he had during his time with Murder Inc. Now, with a successful tour in 2025, Ja Rule is flipping the script. He's channeling the energy of the crowds and the affection from fans to respond, not merely with words, but with proof of his achievements. Audiences are filling arenas, singing along to "Livin' It Up," and still cheering when Always on Time plays. Ja is not just going through the motions. He's performing with the enthusiasm of someone who has something to prove. While he may not top the Billboard charts anymore, he commands the stage and ensures everyone recognizes it. This contrast is heightening the rivalry, as 50's recent performances have leaned more on nostalgia, while Ja's tour feels like a revival. Ja's fans are fully invested. They're not just there to see a figure from the 2000s. They're there for the energy, the showmanship, the hits, and the authenticity. Whether you're a fan of Ja Rule or still mock him due to 50's infamous line about ending his career, you can't overlook his comeback. Ja isn't just talking, he's proving his relevance. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has been relatively quiet in response to the latest jabs. No comebacks, viral memes, or trolling on Instagram, at least not yet. This is unusual, considering 50 has built a career on using social media as a weapon. Perhaps this is why Ja is pushing so hard right now. He senses an opportunity. After years of being the punchline and having his career labeled as destroyed by 50, Ja Rule seems determined to shift the narrative and show that he's not just relevant, he's thriving. Here's an undeniable truth that many are hesitant to accept. Ja Rule was never the punchline that the industry tried to portray him as. Sure, his rivalry with 50 Cent hurt him, and his label faced legal troubles that hindered him. But at his peak, Ja Rule was everywhere. He consistently produced hit after hit, teaming up with stars like J. Lo, Ashanti, and Mary J. Blige. He dominated the charts, achieved platinum status, and excelled at events such as the BET Awards and MTV. He brought melody into mainstream rap long before it became trendy, and played a significant role in defining the sound of the early 2000s. Now, in 2025, he's showcasing that talent live, performing on stage with lights and a microphone. So when he tells 50 to take notes, it might seem petty, but there's a grain of truth in it. Performance is more than just lyrics, streaming numbers, or follower counts. It's about who can engage an audience, grab attention, and create memorable experiences for fans. And right now, Ja Rule is doing just that. Will 50 Cent respond? Probably. He usually does. But this time, it seems like the momentum is on Ja's side. Fans are watching him with curiosity, nostalgia, and maybe even a new sense of admiration. After all, he could have faded into obscurity, become bitter, quit music, and remained in the shadow of that infamous feud. Instead, he rebuilt his career, focused on his strengths, and is now confronting the very person who tried to undermine him on the stage where it counts. For hip-hop fans, this rivalry may never truly disappear. But today, Ja Rule isn't playing the victim, he's taking charge. He's loud, confident, and winning over audiences one performance at a time. So whether you're rooting for him or still view 50 Cent as the top contender, one thing is clear. Ja Rule is back on tour. The crowds are authentic. The revenue is significant. The energy is electric. And the message is clear. Take notes, 50. Because Ja Rule isn't just talking, he's living it. On stage. In real time. And the world is finally taking notice again. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.